Hi, my name is Cameron Carlson with AnimeOnLocation.tv. I'm here at Ohayocon 2023 with Cynthia Cranz. How you doing?
Hi, I'm doing excellent. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's been a while since we had a chance to sit down and talk with you. It was at Con 2018. How have you been since then?
Oh, fantastic. No news is good news, right? Like, I'm still here and still working and so happy to be at Ohayocon.
Awesome sauce. So again, talking about Dragon Ball, you continue to prove yourself as Chi-Chi year after year. I mean, you are Chi-Chi. There is like the deep down Chi-Chi is she'll just make Sean Schimmel her husband to the end of days. So what's it like, another set of movies has come out since last time we talked, between Broly and Super and Hero. So what's it been like the last couple movies?
Well, I was not in the movies, but whatever keeps the franchise going makes me very happy. I'm very proud of the movies. The most recent things I've done are video games.
Oh, that's right, yeah, the Kakarot.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun.
I think Terry Doty was helping write on that one.
Yes, absolutely. Love her.
Yeah, I've listened to her podcast. I don't know if have you had the chance to listen to it?
No, I was on it one time. I need to listen to it.
Yeah, she's great. And going into the past and then coming to the future, you worked on the original Fruits Basket, then you come back and you work on this newer version of Fruits Basket. What's it like coming back to that almost 20 years between the first one and the most recent one that just wrapped up too?
Right. Well, always happy to revisit. Always a lot of fun. And it's good. It's fun to get to do it again, and by then you're better at it and you know the character better. My only concern was, could my voice get pitched that high 20 years later? And I barely squeaked by, but I got in there and got it done, and I had a blast doing it.
Well, I'm pretty sure the fans enjoyed hearing you again. Now, you had the opportunity to work on some films by Maro Husada and the English dubs done by Mr. Mike McFarlane. What's it like when you work on those films in the booth, working with him, and you worked on Boy and the Beast and Summer Wars? Not gonna lie, his films are just so impactful. So what's it like when you step in the booth and you watch the animation that you're about ready to dub, and you're like, I don't know if I can do this?
Well, I mean, I agree with you. He's amazing, and I'm so proud to have been included in those. He makes you so comfortable. Like, he's so chill and relaxed, and we don't really get to see it before we do it. So he just tells you who your character is, what's happening. You watch a little bit of a snip in the Japanese, and then you do your stuff. So it really doesn't feel different than working on a series, but it's really exciting.
We love Mike. We love having him on. And yeah. Speaking of movies, when you're voice acting for them compared to doing a show, how do you keep your voice in a good shape? Like a show is much longer sessions. You're doing it multiple takes. Whereas a movie, it's like, okay, we're gonna really nail this down. So what's it like when how do you make sure your voice stays in really good shape for doing a series versus a movie?
I'm going to say for me, since I'm not really a lead in any of these movies, my sessions aren't necessarily longer. Like for Battle of the Gods, I did 2 hours, which is very common. I got cut down from 60 lines to 3, but that's still a lot of talking. So just lots and lots of water, using your breath to support your voice, that sort of thing.
A lot of the techniques taught in classical training of acting.
That's why they did it, because for being on stage for hours. Mm-hmm.
So a thing a lot of voice actors do is walla, and when you're asked to do that, how are you approached about it? What advice would you like? So director comes and says, "Hey, we want you to do walla." How do you approach walla compared to doing a normal session?
I approach it the same way. I look at the character, and or decide who I'm going to be out of the group. I rely largely on my improv classes. So I'll be, we don't know. They'll be like, you're in the market shopping and this happens. And so I just try to be in the moment, and they're not really going to hear what I'm saying. So I have fun with it. It's a chance to get to play and have fun.
So going in with walla, what advice would you give to a newer voice actor who's, doing a lot of walla as their starting point? What advice would you give to them to, like you said, improv?
Improv classes, just enjoy it and look at it as an opportunity to basically be auditioning for other showcase different voices than they've heard you do before, and making friends with the people in the booth, and just making a good impression on the directors. You never know what will lead to what.
That's one thing I've actually had friends approach me about voice acting, because they know I talk to a lot of you guys, and they always say, what I was like, if you're going to do voice acting, make sure you get a lot of training and you're willing to take Walla. Do not turn down Walla, because Walla will turn potentially into a 5-second role, a 1-minute role, so on and so forth. So continue to, if somebody approaches you, wants to do voice acting with you, take it, learn from it, continue to grow.
And it pays the same as a lead role. So
you never know.
it's lots of fun.
Yeah. So since you've been doing voice acting, as we discussed, since the 90s, back at the bank.
1999 in the bank building, yes.
Yeah, the old Frost Bank building.
Yes.
What has been one of the major changes you've seen in the industry, considering, we've gone from the old VHS loop and no beeps to now we got beeps and we can shorten things with Pro Tools. So what is one of the other big moments that you've, in your mind, you're like, this is a turning point of how I do my job?
Well, definitely everything being digital, it goes so much faster. You used to have to rewind those tapes. And also any mistake was left. So if you made a mouth sound that wasn't, you'd have to redo it. Now they can take those out. The engineers are really the wizards, because they can take half of this read for this line and the other read and make it one line if you're just sort of dancing around it. Also, we used to have paper scripts. The good news was, while they were rewinding and fast forwarding, you could look at it, but it's really easier to have the lines in front of you. And also back then, we didn't used to get a glimpse of the Japanese. Also, it's a little more pressure because now we're simul-dubbing, so you got to get it, you got to be available, or they'll move to the next person.
I've heard that from a lot of our friends. It's the got to have the availability. So kind of wrapping things up. We obviously understand NDAs. You guys can't talk about all that stuff because of NDAs. But what is currently available that you would love fans to check out that's available?
I was really excited last week to reprise Bellamere, was in yet another flashback. I mean, she's always been dead since I've been doing her, so she's always been in flashbacks, but I thought once her death scene happened, we wouldn't see her again, but we do. So keep an eye out for Bellamere in One Piece.
Awesome. And any other projects?
Bit parts in certain things, but that's my most exciting, most recent.
Alrighty, now, where can we keep up with you on the internet? And what would you like to say to the fans like me that have been keeping up with you since the 90s?
On the internet, I'm on the Facebook, Cynthia Cranz, Instagram, Cynthia Cranz, Twitter @Cynthia Cranz. And I just like to say thank you guys so much for watching and your support. We love you. We wouldn't have a job without you. We do this for you, and just so much thanks and appreciation.
Cynthia, I love talking with you. Thank you so much for coming out and talking with me today. Thank you so much.